It is with great pleasure that I introduce Zainub Verjee, who is receiving an Honorary Doctorate of Laws from OCAD University in recognition of her outstanding contributions to the art community and to racial and gender equity. Zainub Verjee is a strategic thinker, an intellectual, an interdisciplinary artist, curator, and administrator, and a tireless activist with a deep well of humor at her command. She is active in the United Kingdom and India and here at home, including with her Ismaili community. Zainub has undertaken advocacy work when she was often a lone voice, fighting for racial and gender equity. Zainub led the groundbreaking Invisible Colors Film Festival and Symposium in 1990, which explored the global media practice of racialized women. Zainub worked with both the Canada Council for the Arts and Canadian Heritage to establish their diversity agendas, and later with the City of Mississauga to create its cultural division and first cultural master plan. Zainub's work on the BC Arts Board led to the BC Arts Act and the formation of the BC Arts Council. Zainub was the official moderator for the Spicer Commission, the Citizens Forum for Canada's Future. As of 2015, Zainub Verjee has served as Executive Director of the Ontario Association of Arts Galleries and is a steadfast leader in the context of COVID-19, where she has built a successful national arts lobby. Even before the pandemic, Zainub recognized that changes that digitization was bringing and began a major 3-year initiative to support arts organizations in their development of data fluency. In 2020, Zainub was awarded the Governor General's Award for Outstanding Contribution, and she is currently a fellow of McLaughlin College at York University. I have known Zainub since the 1970s, when she was a student at Simon Fraser University, as was I, and worked with me at the Women's Labor History Project. It gives me extraordinary pleasure that Zainub's talent and contributions are recognized. Congratulations, Zainub.
Greetings. I want to thank Chancellor Bashir, President Serrano, the Honorary Degree Committee, the Senate, and Board of Governors for awarding me this honorary doctorate. Thank you, Dr. Sarah Diamond, for your kind introduction. Dr. Diamond is a colleague, peer, collaborator, and friend who I have known for most of my life in Canada. It is truly an honor and privilege to receive this recognition. Congratulations to my fellow recipients and to the class of 2021. We live in an extraordinary time where the need for art that inspires hope and design that serves humanity has never been greater. I am speaking to you from the Aga Khan Museum and Park, a site which poignantly connects us to art and nature and draws us to our spirit. It nurtures dialogue and understanding, fostering pluralism. The spirit of art sets us on a journey to make this world a better place. At this moment, you are embarking on a new journey, a journey that will characterize your life and a life that will define you and enrich others. Let me share a couple of episodes from my journey. I was born in Nairobi, Kenya, in East Africa during British colonial rule. That was the time of the Mau Mau movement, the revolutionary movement that led to the freedom of Kenya from the British in 1963. As a child, I would stand on the terrace of our beautiful Art Deco home and would longingly look out across to the Impala Swimming Club. It was a forbidden place for those who were not white. In colonial Kenya, such segregation was the norm, and non-whites were restricted from swimming pools, clubs, restaurants, schools, hospitals, you name it. Surrounded by such inequities at that early age left a deep mark on me. At the age of 12, I lost my father. I had completed my primary school and was sent to boarding school in Brighton, England. Before my departure, I and my friend, who was on her way to boarding school in South Africa, made a pact to serve the underserved. In the 1970s, I was a student at Simon Fraser University. SFU was a radical campus, and it was known as the Berkeley North. On the campus, I came across a poster to audition for institutional theatre productions. I decided to go for it. Along with my friend, both young students at SFU, we found ourselves in a theatre production in Matsqui, a medium security federal prison. With this, I became part of a venerable rehabilitation program that was started by the legendary Leon Pownall, who directed an unforgettable behind the bars production of Bertolt Brecht's Threepenny Opera. Interestingly, Ron Savay, with whom I acted in 1977, was released from prison, and he took institution theatre with him into the mainstream to carry on the work of rehabilitation. Yes, this was my introduction to the transformational power of arts and marked the beginning of my Canadian journey, passionately advocating for the critical and central role of art and culture in our society. What I learned is that art has a huge power to make us think and question the world we live in, and to take action and find our agency. Whether it is making a pact at the age of 12, or advocating for arts and artists, or raising issues of racism and inequities, it calls on us to activate our agency. How can we activate this agency? It requires moral courage. It takes moral courage to act and to speak for the public good, to speak for the oppressed, to speak for a civil society, to speak for peace, to speak for pluralism, to speak for making this world a better place. You may ask, what is moral courage? It is a philosophical idea, but let me tell you how it is experienced. One feels it in the moment of vulnerability when you decide not to follow the flock. The vulnerability you experience when you take your own authentic path. Moral courage is located in that experience. One way to build and nourish this force within you is through listening. Listening is an endangered practice, social practice. Listening will give you strength. And remember, listening is a political act. Do not undermine it. Whether it was the segregation in Kenya, invisible colors in Vancouver, or third world decolonization, all the contestations on artists' labor, I have been at the front lines of these engagements, and it takes moral courage to be on the right side of history. As you set out on your journey, make a pact with yourself. Earn your right to be an artist. Activate your agency. Exercise your moral courage to build a better tomorrow in the most civil way that artists can. Thank you.